Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn and I'm the Flosstube Stitcher. Today is Sunday 6th of April and I'm a week late in doing my update, so I do apologise. But seeing as I have a lot of WIPs in rotation now, I promise that you're only going to see the progress for March. That is what this update is. This is my March WIP update video. It is 22 degrees here today in Adelaide and I have just spent the evening before babysitting my grandchildren so that my daughter and her husband could go to a wedding. So I've had a great time doing that. And just everything is a little bit hectic and chaotic at the moment. Do you know that time of year that they say between Christmas and New Year's when you never really know what day it is? Well, that is it for me in April and May. Christmas is easy compared to this. So it was Hazel's third birthday on the 31st of March. So we're having a party for her shortly, but her birthday was on a Sunday and she spent that with her parents. And then it was Monday. That's right. Her birthday was on a Monday and then I babysit every Tuesday. So I saw her then, gave her presents. And then was babysitting this weekend. Now I have to start preparing the cake and all the desserts for her party, which is next weekend. Then 2 days after her party is my son's birthday. And then the weekend after that is Easter weekend. And then the weekend after that is Anzac Day weekend, which is a long weekend for us. But I'm working, so it's going to be like a normal week for me, but with some extra money, which will be nice. And then shortly after that is my daughter's birthday, followed by the very next day is Mother's Day, and then a couple of weeks after that is my mum's birthday. So that's all April and May, and it's just chaos. So I don't know what day it is. I have no idea. All I know is today's Sunday and we're getting this video done. So hopefully I can get it uploaded today. If not, it will be uploaded tomorrow. So fingers crossed, we'll see how we go. Anyway, you didn't come to hear any of that stuff, although some of you said you quite enjoy hearing my life updates. So there it is. All right, let's get on to this. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different in that I'm now going to be showing you progress comparison shots. So as you know, January I started new rotations. I had 11 new starts this year, which I've done, except for one. I still have not done that one yet. I'll get that done. So the whole idea now is to show you what I've done each month and then with a comparison shot to the previous time I stitched it, because I love seeing comparison shots and I wasn't very good at doing that in the past. So I aim to get back to doing that. So hopefully that will work. All right, so let's start. And we're going to start off with Sleigh Ride at Dusk, and I'll put up a finished picture here for you. This is by Dimensions Gold, and it is a kit. And I will put up a picture of when you last saw it, probably over here, and I'm going to show it over here. Hopefully this will work. All right, this is where we're up to. So you will see that last time you saw it, since then I have now continued on down the heel or the sole, and then I've added a little doggy, very cute, and some more snow tracks. So by the way, this is done on the kit fabric, which is 16 count grey Aida, but it looks more like a light blue. It's very, very thick, starchy Aida. And this is 3 days that I got to work on this month of March. So very happy with that. It's all coming along nicely. So I'm not sure where I'll go from here. I might just sort of like continue down like this. I don't know. I'll wait and see how I feel next time I take it out and just go from there. But it's a lovely design. I do enjoy stitching it. Just don't really enjoy the fabric very much. But that will make it you know, a really nice stocking because it will have that extra weight to it. So that part's good. Okie dokie. Now, next one is My Lady Justice. Now, I'll put up a finished picture of this one here. This is a Mirabilia chart, and mine is a conversion. What I might do is I might put up the original picture and the conversion for you so you can see. I wasn't a fan of the original colours, and when a lovely lady shared it on Facebook that she'd done a conversion, I knew straight away that that was for me. So I bought that. Now, I did say, I think on my last time I showed this one, that I wasn't enjoying it very much. I started this at the Mirabilia retreat in Brisbane last year, and I just don't really like the fabric. But since then, I've worked on this 4 days in March, and I've got a renewed love for it. So I'll put up a picture of where it was last time. And this is where we're at now. So this, as I said, this is 4 days. So 3 days of my normal stitching routine. And then I took this along to our stitching retreat here in Adelaide, which is hosted by the lovely Kelly. And I stitched on this at the retreat. So this is 28 count dirty cashel linen. And my progress, I worked on the blue. This is not easy to do. Stay there. I worked on the blue sash there and then the greys of the dress. So not a lot done. Well, there wasn't a lot done at the retreat, I'll be honest, because there was lots of talking and walking around seeing what everyone else was doing, which was really nice to do. And our little group is growing quite well, thanks to Kelly. What I will do, if anyone is interested in attending our little retreat here in Adelaide, I'll put up the website down below with all the information, and you can contact Kelly if you are in Adelaide and would like to come along, or you're visiting Adelaide. The dates are on the website for when our next retreat is. And it's really cheap now. We've got a new site, and there's more room to move, and it's wonderful. I love it. I really look forward to it each time. So really hope some more of you can come along and can meet up with you. Be really nice. So I plan on taking a different project to the retreats each time. I've promised a few ladies that the next one I'm going to take along one of my parking projects, and because a few people were interested in knowing how to do it. So I said, okay, I'll bring one along and I'll show you how I do it. So yes. All right, so that was that one. Now we're on to my favourite of all time. And I will put up a finished picture for you here. And this is called Up on the Rooftop by Tilton Crafts, which has now been retired, but it's known as Christmas House 1 on Artisy. And I didn't write the designer's name down, so that's very naughty of me. Okay, so this is done on 18 count Ada, and I'm using my diagonal parking method. I'll put up a photo of last time you saw it, and might have to do this in 2 stages. So this is the full piece where we're up to. And I might just bring this in because the comparison photo might fit better if I just show that section that I worked on. So previously I had just gotten to the very corner of that room with the yellow wallpaper, and I was so excited. So I've worked quite a bit more into that room now. And I just love this project so much. I just wish I could stitch on this every day. I really do. But I've got so many other things I want to do as well. Yes. So this is 3 days work. I did 1,202 stitches on this one. and that's brought me up to 32.18% of the design. So really, really happy with how that's coming along. So that means I reached my goal on that this month, which is 1,000 stitches for full coverage project. The previous two, you'll notice I didn't mention anything because Lady Justice, I can't get that on Pattern Keeper, being a Mirabilia chart, so I do that on an Adobe file, and I can't count, well, that I can count, obviously. I can't tell using that program how many stitches I've done each time. I'm not going to manually count it. And same as Sleigh Ride at Dusk, that one is following a paper pattern, so I can't tell you the percentage or how many stitches on those two. That's something I think we all love about Pattern Keeper, is we can see all that, and it's just great. All right, then we have got another full coverage project. I'll pop up a picture of it here for you. This is called Boreal Forest, and it is by Stitches So Beautiful. And this is stitched on 18 count Aida as well, and also in my diagonal parking method. And I'll put up my comparison photo so you can see this is where we're at. So last time I had done about here or so, I think. So I've done a little bit more. You can see that brightly coloured tree coming through. Looks beautiful. The colours in this are gorgeous. So again, this is 3 days work, 1,223 stitches, and that brings me up to 15.04%. So I reached my goal on this one, and that makes me really happy. But I'm really loving seeing these yellows and bright greens come in. And I think I've got some gaps there. Yeah, I've run out of a colour that I need to go and purchase, or I need to place another DMC order, I think. Always seem to be running out of colours. Well, now with the amount of WIPs that I have, it's absolutely no surprise. Okay. Then next on the agenda was my UK flag. Pop up a picture of what it will look like eventually one day here for you. And this one, I'd only stitched on it one day when you last saw it. So thankfully we've got more to show this time. And this is by Vivsters. Sorry, I forgot to mention that when I put the picture up. This is by Vivsters on Etsy, and it's part of a Quaker flag stitch along sale run by Darvana Lee Design Studios and Wombat Hollow Crafts. We started that last year. So mine is done, this is smaller than my Australia flag. I wanted the other two flags to be smaller. This is done on 32 count white Murano Lugana, 1/1. And I've still got my needle minder on there, so let me just take that off, sorry. Okay, and the comparison photo, we go from 1 to 2. But at least we've got some of the grid work there as well. Look at that gorgeous flower. Look how that's come out. So pretty. This is tricky on the eyes, I will admit. 1/1 on 32 count for me, but thank goodness for my magnifying lens. It saves me. All right, so this one, I only did 2 days of stitching, and I did 1,196 stitches, so not quite my goal. My goal is why is that not my goal? Oh, it's because my goal, I've completely forgotten. My goal is 1,500 stitches on non-full coverage, so 500 stitches a night. So 1,196 stitches on this one over 2 days. So I would have reached it had I done the extra day, but something obviously came up. And that brings me to 3.40% on this one. It's beautiful fabric. I love stitching on Murano. It's or Lugana. It's, yeah, nice and soft, easy to work with. And it's one thing I noticed at our stitching retreat. There was a lot of ladies there that were stitching in hand, and full credit to them. I can't do it. When I stitch in hand, my stitches look really messy. I really need a frame because I like to stitch two-handed, and that gives me my perfect tension. But when I do, even in a Q-snap or in hand, it's just my stitches look really messy. So those of you that stitch in hand and have beautiful stitches, I'm jealous. Well done you. Obviously I didn't learn to stitch that way, so it's harder for me. All right, then we've got another favourite of mine. I'll pop a picture up here. This is called Whimsical Fairy, and it's by Adrian G. Eyre, and it's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And I'll pop up my comparison picture of the last time you saw it. And this is where we're at now. So this is 25 count Lugana, easy count. And I'm doing this 1/1. And this is 3 days of stitching, 1,148 stitches. So I reached my goal on this one. And last time I worked on this, I finished at 1.68%. Now I'm up to 2.40%. Doesn't sound like much. And I guess it's not, because when you look at it, okay, that's how much we've got to go. So no, I guess it's not, but it feels like a lot. And I love the pretty colours. So it's really lovely watching it come together. Yeah, love it. This is another one I'd like to stitch on every day. So I'd actually, if I had a choice right now, I'd just be stitching on this and up on the rooftop every day. And maybe Fairy Whispers too. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I've got too many things that I love stitching. All right, then we've got another one. Now this one's been a favourite online. It's caught attention from quite a few people. And this is, I'll put up a picture here for you. This is called Bluey the Sow, and it is by Olivia and Lee Studios Sow on Facebook. It is a free design. If you go on their Facebook group and join, and then I think you go under files and scroll down and you'll find it there. They've actually got 2 different Bluey stitch alongs, and I liked this one the most. So this is one I'm doing. And last time when you saw this one, I'll put up a picture here, you saw Bandit, Granddad, Bandit and Bluey, I think. It's too many names. Okay, this is where we're up to now. It's my beautiful piece of fabric from Daisy Chain Stitchery. This is 28 count purple even weave. It doesn't have a name because this is one that she kindly gifted to me. But look at the purple. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, and being as this is going to be for a little girl, well, you know what, even if it was for a boy, which even August, look, Hazel loved Bluey. She's gone away from Bluey now and she loves Paw Patrol. So if someone knows of a Paw Patrol stitch along, please let me know, because I need to stitch that now. Anyway, I'm still going to do this because I've started it. I'm sure she'll still love it. All right, so anyway, I digress. I added to this one Bingo, Chili. That's Bingo and Bluey are sisters. Bluey is a girl, not a boy. Got to keep reminding myself. So they're sisters. That's Dad, and that's Mum. Okay? So Bluey gets her looks from Dad, and Bingo gets her looks from Mum. Yeah. All right. So Chili. Bingo and Chili, and this dapper gentleman is Granddad. Which means that one's not Granddad. That's Nana. Oh my goodness. Look, she's got pink glasses on too. I can just hear Hazel in the background saying to me, "That's not Granddad, Nanny, that's Nana." Where is she when I need her? All right, let's recap. Nana, Bandit, which is Bingo and Bluey's dad. Bluey, Bingo, Chili, which is the mum, and Granddad. Yes. Okay, so I worked on those last 3 this month. 3 days of stitching, didn't quite reach my goal. I got 1,097 stitches done, but I was happy that I'd finished the 3. Just like in the previous month, I finished these 3. So that's probably going to be my aim for this now, is to do 3 characters each time, and then I'll feel like I've achieved something. So I've gone from 12.82% on this one to 19.99%. So I'm pretty happy with that. So almost a quarter of a way through, which is a bit hard to believe when you think about how many more characters have to go. Not sure how that works. Anyway, yeah. So I'm loving this. I'm doing this 2 over 2, and I've just realized I haven't told you how I'm stitching any of the previous designs that I've just shown, how many threads I'm using, so my apologies. But if you want to know anything in particular, you can leave me a comment and I'll reply as soon as I can. So yeah, loving how that one's coming along, and again, it's beautiful, beautiful fabric. Love it. And then also on more beautiful fabric from Stitches So Beautiful, this is the fabric that I won and got to name. I'll pop up a picture here. This is Princess Eliana by Mirabilia. And last time you saw her, pop up a picture. Just going to fold some of this back so we don't have so much here. That's going to work. All right, there we go. And this is where we're up to. So more colours are coming out. So this month I worked on this tassel. I think it's like a tassel here. And then I did, this is really hard, some grey. So leading up here, and I was going to work on her face and her hair, and I decided, no, I'm going to leave that till last. And then I worked on this trim for her dress, which ends up coming all around here somewhere. So yes, beautiful, beautiful colours. This is 2 days work, and as my Lady Justice, the same. Sorry, my hair's getting in the way. I'm doing this on an Adobe program on my tablet, so I can't tell you what percentage I'm using or how many stitches, but this is 2 over 2 on 28 count, and that's my preferred for Mirabilia. I do have a video on how to bead on Mirabilias, but I do prefer 28 count, especially if the material is dyed, because that shrinks the material somewhat, and then a lot of the time the recommended beads do not fit, so I buy petite beads. Anyway, if you're interested in that, I do have a video on that. Just have a look through on how I bead Mirabilias, and I go into all those details there. You don't need to hear it all again. All right, so that's it for my WIPs this month. I've got hair going everywhere. April, the month of April's might be a bit hit and miss. There's going to be a few missed days. I've already had some missed days. Yes, being as I mentioned before, this month is going to be really hectic with birthday parties and making cakes and desserts and things like that. All the fun stuff. It's all a lot of fun, and I'm learning new skills and Loving all of that. You know, cross stitch is only part of what I enjoy doing. I also love baking and decorating and making cookies and cakes and all those fun things. So it's great, even though I say I'm stressed and I don't know what day it is. I love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So yes, there might be some hit and miss days in April, but bear with me. Hopefully I'll still make it worth your while. If you don't follow me yet on Instagram, please do. I do post daily as long as I have stitched that day, and I do try my best to stitch every day. In fact, days that I don't get to stitch make me very sad, because that's my outlet. That makes me happy. So yes, I think that's it for me this month. Not a long video, which is good. So I thank you all again for subscribing, watching and commenting, and just coming back each month to see what I've stitched. You really make my day, and I love all your comments, and I thank you so much for being with me and allowing me to share what I love to do with all of you. So I hope you're having a great stitching month, this month of April, and I will come back with you again at the beginning of May to show you what I got up to in April, and might have some photos of the party and all the goodies I've made. All going well. All right, so thank you so much everybody for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend, what's left of it, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.